Susan B. Anthony was born in 1820, in a quiet Quaker household in Massachusetts. Even as a child, Susan listened more than she spoke, but her mind never stopped questioning. Her father, a believer in equality, ensured she received the same education as boys. The words of liberty and justice lit a flame in her heart. But outside her home, the world reminded her, girls weren't meant to lead. She saw her mother silenced. And she knew, silence was not an option. From a young age, she believed in speaking up, even if she stood alone. She worked hard. She taught well. But she was paid less, simply because she was a woman. She began to write, not just her thoughts, but her plans for change. Susan had found her calling. And nothing would stop her now. In the 1850s, she began giving public speeches, even when women weren't supposed to. She was mocked. She was booed. But she kept speaking. Then she met Elizabeth Cady Stanton, and a powerful partnership began. They worked tirelessly, from living rooms and libraries, planning the revolution. Through storm and sickness, she traveled across the country to spread her message. The press ridiculed her. But her courage made headlines too. She turned every platform into a pulpit, preaching justice with fire. She became a symbol, a voice for thousands who had none. Laws didn't change. But minds slowly began to. Every defeat pushed her forward, because for Susan, failure was not an option. In 1872, she did the unthinkable, she voted. The law said no. Her conscience said yes. Days later, she was arrested, but she stood tall. At trial, she spoke with such force that the judge refused to let her testify again. She was fined $100. She never paid, and never backed down. Her act of defiance lit sparks across the nation. Young minds listened. New voices joined. Together, they built the foundation of a movement that wouldn't be silenced. What began as a whisper had become a roar. Flyers, speeches, petitions, every word carried power. Even when shut out, she forced them to hear her anyway. In every home and hall, her cause was being debated. She grew tired. But hope, never. She planted seeds in every heart that believed change was possible. She wasn't fighting for herself, she was fighting for the future. She saw decades pass, and still no vote. At 86, she delivered her final message: failure is impossible. In 1906, the nation mourned, but her fight lived on. Her torch was passed, and burned even brighter. "14 years after her death, women won the right to vote. The impossible became reality, thanks to her unshakable will. Generations of women stood tall that day, on Susan's shoulders. Her face was later placed on a US dollar, the first woman to be honored so. She stands today, in bronze and in history, among the greatest of all. Her voice echoes still, in every demand for equality, in every peaceful protest. Every girl who speaks up carries her legacy. She gave the world a battle cry, and it hasn't been forgotten. She didn't fight for one, she fought for all. She cast one vote, with her heart, with her courage, with her soul. Because of her, millions now choose. Because of her, failure is still impossible.